Alabama A&M had a bye week for Week 9. This week they'll face Alabama State in the Magic City Classic. Good morning, Coach Jones. Are you with us?
Good morning. Yes, I am.
Good morning, Coach. Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Thanks for joining us. If you could talk about your bye week and some of the preparations and also preview Alabama State in your rival in the Magic City Classic.
Well, as you mentioned, we had a bye week open, and we were really in bad shape, banged up. So I just gave them a lot of time off. I think we needed more than anything is a chance to heal. It's been a long season for us. Guys, a lot of first-time players out there playing football, college football, and got beat up, and some of them, it was kind of tough getting used to that schedule. So practiced a couple of times, but just gave them a lot of time off. Try to rest them, get them through the finals. Midterms. Then we're back at work, trying to get ready for a very good football team in Alabama State. We know it's the Magic City Classic. A lot of exciting things and times at this time of the year, but we're just trying to get ready for that and try to go down there and compete, put forth our best effort, and see where that takes us. Very good football team offensively, very explosive, powerful offense, some great running backs, quarterbacks. Been doing a lot of good things. I know they're playing a lot of them now, but they all kind of seem to doing the same thing, just giving them opportunities to win. Defensively, going to be very attacking. Real good personnel throughout at all levels. Very aggressive. They're going to come after us, particularly our young quarterback, and we're just going to try to give ourselves the best chance we can to being successful against a very good football team.
Coach Jones, obviously this is going to be the largest crowd that your team is going to be playing in front of this year, and we do realize that they are young. Do you think, or better yet, how do you prepare your team for such the crowd noise and playing in the Legion Field?
Well, hopefully, when we get there, half the crowd will be cheering for us. So no matter what happens, there's going to be an atmosphere that's very energetic at all times. Whenever they do something, their part of the stadium will be roaring. Whenever we do something, our part of the stadium will be roaring. So I don't think it's ever going to be a dull moment because of the fact that it's so evenly divided as far as the crowds are concerned. And that's the hard thing that the young people got to understand is that it's not a home game. It is a neutral game, and so there's always going to be energy throughout the field. And so we got to take that energy and try to use it to our advantage. When you play on the road, you make a mistake, the crowd goes wild. You never really get a chance to get the crowd back in unless you can silence the crowd by excellent play. And so those are things that we're just going to have to do, make sure our kids understand what they're about to walk into. And but you can prepare for it all you want, but it's nothing like it until you get there. And when them bright lights shine, you don't know how they're going to respond, particularly when they're young.
Alabama State coaches played two different quarterbacks, and they obviously have run multiple players behind the offensive line. How do you prepare for their versatility?
Try to be disciplined. Try to get a lot of people ready to play. The main thing you try to do is be disciplined and make sure guys stay where they're supposed to be and not chasing ghosts, if you will, because they are very versatile, very explosive. They get downhill real fast when they're running the football, and if you're not disciplined and making good decisions as far as tackling is concerned, they'll rip you. They'll be out on the other side, and the next thing you know, you're in a foot race that we're probably going to lose. So we got to be very disciplined. Get a multitude of people ready to play, and make sure that we tackle well.
Isaiah Crowell, the Alabama State Hornets running back, ran for over 100 yards versus the Bulldogs last year, Coach. And this year, Daniel Duhart is the Hornets' top offensive yards producer. How do you prepare for those two individuals?
Same thing I just said. It's easier said than done, but you got to be a disciplined football team. You got to tackle well, and you got to get a bunch of guys ready to play. So when fatigue and injuries set in, you try to be consistent. They're very, very, very good football team, man, and they're going to be hard to prepare against. And they got a lot of guys on that football team that can hurt you offensively and defensively, and even special teams. They got a great kicking game, so it's a very good football team. We just got to go down there, make sure we're ready, and do our best, and see how this thing unfolds.
Coach, you have 90.
Anthony, Brandon, may I jump in?
Go ahead.
Mark McCarter, Anthony. You got a bunch of guys from Birmingham on your team. What kind of sense of history do those kids have about this game? And also, just do you have to worry a little bit about being too hyped with some of those guys and too amped up?
Well, I'm not really concerned about them being too hyped right now, and I want them to get fired up. I want them to be hyped up for this game. We had open week. Our guys had open week. They ran into some of, players that you have history with, you played high school ball with or against. And so guys know one another, just like coaches will know one another. So guys are going to talk, unfortunately. Coaches will not. And, you want the guys to be excited about this game, excited about this opportunity, and you want them to play, match that excitement level. So, like I said before, it's hard to tell, Mark, until they actually get out there and start playing, how they're going to actually respond to the lights. But I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great thing that this is an in-state rival, that both teams get real excited for it, from the president all the way down to everyone else involved. And so it's a good thing for the state and both schools.
Ricky Jackson,
Alabama, for the last couple of weeks, with the exception of this off week, ranked.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't hear the start of your question.
Alabama State, in the last couple of weeks, with the exception of this off week, are ranked top in the nation in sacks. Would you, as far as with positions and looking at your offense line, are you going to make that a focus during your practice in order to prevent that pass rush, or to slow down that pass rush? Apparently,
of course we are. I mean, but how do you slow down a pass rush where they're coming from every angle? I mean, that's the huge challenge that we have to face. Like I said, on defense, they're good at every level. The defensive line, their linebackers, and their secondary, and all those guys are playing an important role in getting sacks and creating big plays and creating turnovers. And we've been stressing that, but they're very good. They're very good. They understand what they're trying to do. They believe in what they're doing, and they have a lot of energy when they're executing those things. Look, this is a very, very good football team. There's no doubt about that. On both sides of the ball, well, really all three sides of the ball, as I mentioned before. What we're going to try to do is get our kids ready to play against a very, very good football team. We're going to try to neutralize some of that stuff, but they got very, very talented players, and very talented players are going to make plays, and we just got to hope that we minimize those where they don't kill us.
Anthony, it's Mark again. Enrique Jackson's seems to be playing fairly consistently, but without a lot of numbers in that position and tackles and things like that. Just what's he brought to this team?
Well, he's brought a big guy on the inside that can help us with our running game. A little depth also, but Enrique is doing well. He's playing to the potential, or the level, I should say, that we thought he should be playing at. And he's still a young guy. He's still learning how to play the college football game. But each week he's getting better, and we hope that his best is yet to come.